Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Guild Wars. There's kind of two flavors of Guild Wars. There's just collecting teams, and then there's the Zenith War part. The Zenith War part is specifically for the elite players that are guild, so not for us. Today we're going to be talking specifically about collection groups, collection teams, and Guild War in general. So Guild Wars is really important to us, both for the guild, for progression of the guild and the bonuses that the guild gets, and for you, because you get guild points for participation, and you get a lot of them compared to what you get from doing normal day-to-day guild activity. So really important because it allows you to level up your equipment and both for you and for your ships. So really important, Guild Wars, and we need you to show up for it. It is 3 times per week, 2 times on Tuesday, 1 time on Thursday. The time will show in your events list for Guild Wars. For me, it happens at 4:20 in the afternoon on Tuesday, and then the second round, because there are 2 rounds on Tuesday, is at 5 p.m., so 40 minutes later. On Thursday is the 3rd round. For me, that is at 5 p.m. on Thursdays. But that time will, of course, be in your time zone, be all over the place. Okay, so we need you to show up, and it is okay to be AFK. Not everyone needs to run a collection team. Okay, but you do have to be in a team to join Guild Wars, or at least to get credit for it. You do not want to be in Guild Wars if you're a single ship or even 2 ships. It has to be a group of at least 3 or more. So you must be in a team, and best practice is to get there a little early to form the teams, because it gets a little crazy as we get close to the beginning of Guild Wars. You'll notice here that I just have a team set up. This wasn't a team for Patrol Fleet or anything else. It was just a team that I created manually. But it could be a Patrol Fleet team or any other kind of team. You actually can't create a Guild War team until very close to Guild War time. So if you want to set up a team a little earlier, you can do it for any purpose and just invite the specific people you want. So you need a team, and that team must be at least 3 people. So here we are with our team, and we're getting ready. Guild Wars is starting, so we're going to go ahead and all join. Okay. Again, it is okay to be AFK. It looks like No Quarter here is AFK as we're starting, not acknowledging this, but that's okay, right? It's better if you're not AFK, but you can be AFK and participate, because mostly our job as collection teams are to try to get barrels, but if battles start, chances are about 99% that you're just going to die. So it doesn't matter necessarily that you're AFK. So once Guild Wars starts, you notice we get dropped here in the bay. Hopefully, we'll be a full team at this point, like my team is here. But if we're not a full team, if you're running the collection team, you can pick up stragglers, because what you'll see is that individual people will come in here, maybe not knowing how to join, maybe they're new players, etc. You can just click on them and add them to your team if your team is not full. So we're just moving around a little bit here so that we can see. I usually get out of the group, stop the party here, and wait for Guild Wars to start. There is a little bit of time in here to form up your teams before it actually starts, but of course I'm going to edit out some of this. Notice on the right that it shows you the number of hit points that you have. You start with 160. Every time you get pulled into a battle, if you lose, you'll lose 40 hit points. If you win the battle, you'll lose 5 hit points here as a collection team. Once you're out of hit points, it will kick you out of Guild Wars. So you want to try to stay alive as long as you possibly can. And it is important to watch the chat streams here to tell if people are still out there that need help joining a team, etc., or just need general guidance. Also, from time to time, you'll find that leadership is providing some information about strategy, etc. So you will kind of want to watch the guild chat as well. One of the biggest things about Guild Wars, and at least the best way to win, is to have more people there than the other team. So the top teams will fight each other, and hopefully our team will win. But even if they don't, if we have lots of people out there collecting, we can actually win overall. And if we win overall as a team, right, we'll win personally, because you get better results. Right? You see here that I'm turning on only the team and the guild channel, so that I'm only looking at some of the content and not all of it as this is going on. I certainly don't want to be looking at world chat while I'm in here. Okay, here we go. Guild Wars has begun now. You can see the fence was taken down, so we can actually go out here. Now, your whole job, if you're running the collection team, right? It's a different job if you're just on the collection team. If you're just on the team, what do? You ride around while the person drags you around here. You don't actively do anything until you get into a battle. But if you're running the collection team, you're going to go out here and you want to collect these barrels. Now, the big barrel icons you see actually aren't worth many points. The triple barrel that you see there on the island actually gives you quite a few. That's a large container. It gives you more guild points. All you need to do is drive up to them, stop, and click on the barrel to start doing the top up. Right? And you see here that we immediately got attacked. Right? So we didn't even start to collect the barrel before we got attacked. And you're going to look at this group and say, look, you're 79, 78, 80, 80, 79. You should be doing great in this battle. But even that, and these are all pretty good players that we are on this team. But we can't beat their A team here. They're going to totally slaughter us. But that's okay. It's kind of part of our job as collection team. You see, 2 are already dead. I'm going to die here shortly as well because I can't move and I'm getting smeared. Okay. Our best bet here when you're fighting these battles, if you're not AFK, is just try to stay away. Because if you can stay away and survive longer, you've tied up the other team, which keeps them from fighting at least somebody else. So even though it's not a win, it's still kind of a win. So stay alive as long as you possibly can. Just keep running. Okay, so I died, and now No Quarter is the only one that's left alive here. Hopefully she'll be able to last a little bit longer. And that's all she wrote. You can see that we lost that, and you can see that our hit points on the right there were decreased by 40. So we're actually down to 120 now. We want to go back out, try to collect some barrels, do what we can. This is not a great example, Guild Wars, for us doing well. We were playing a very strong team here and lost quite significantly. But you do get the idea of how to do it, at least. So again, we're going to try to go out, get to some barrels, but if I remember correctly, we get smeared again almost immediately. So the islands with the single barrels give a little bit more than the barrels that are, I think it's 4 points here when we attempt to get this barrel. And again, we stop and we try to top up, and again, we get immediately attacked. I will admit that I was pretty frustrated with the result of this particular Guild War, both from our team's perspective, from a personal perspective, all across the board. But that's okay. Don't worry about it. You see that, 4 of us are dead already. I'm attacking a little bit, but just trying to defend myself and maybe kill somebody if I possibly can, because it'd make me personally feel better. But mostly trying to stay alive. And not doing it very successfully, as you can see. Okay, so we lost again. Our hit points have gone down again. Yet another 40, right? So we're halfway down. We want to try to get out there. We want to sneak around and not get attacked if we can, but it's very hard to avoid it if their teams are all over the place. Right? That's where it's up to our big teams to try to take out their big teams. But on this particular day, that did not go well. So again, show up. AFK is okay, because you're probably going to die anyway. Of course, you can't be AFK if you're running the collection team, but at least somebody needs to do it, right? And of course, best practice is to tell people that you're going to be AFK just so that they know. So here we'll try to slide by a team and get to a barrel, but I don't know if we're going to be successful. Let's see. Nope, we were not successful. And you do earn a couple of Guild War points for, just being in the battle, but it's not very much. What we really want to do is not be attacked at all and just collect the barrels. All right, we lost here for the 3rd time, so we're back. So see, we've actually got 12 points there, but only 40 hit points left. So I think we do have at least 1 successful barrel here, so you can see how that actually works. But again, we really just want to drive up to the barrels, stop the boat, and collect. One thing to note is if you're the one that's doing the collecting, the dialogue that shows the collection of the barrel has a real tendency when you're running the team to go away and you can't see it. But that's okay. Just be patient and you'll eventually see a text pop up that tells you that the collection was complete. And then you can click on it again. The barrels on the islands stay permanent, right? And so you can click on them again and again and again if you can stay there. The big barrels that you see out in the middle of the water, those go away after you collect them. So let's go out one more time here, see what we can do. Trying our best to look like wallpaper here so that nobody sees us. Probably less notable if we come over and try to do one of these barrels, so we'll give this a try. And you can see that we're doing the top up here, and you can see it goes fairly quick for these kind of big barrels. We don't get many points for them. All right, so it's collecting. Thankfully, this one is showing me the dialogue, but a lot of times it will disappear somewhere halfway through the middle. All right, and we collected it. We only got 1 point for that, but we collected it, right? So now we'll scooch up to the island here. We'll click on that barrel, see what we can do, and immediately got attacked again. And you can guess the result. And you can see team-wise over there on the right, the blue and the red label shows us that we're losing quite badly to this team overall. Not just our own little individual team, but the guild in general was getting pretty much smoked here. And you see, once we lost and everybody died, we actually get bumped right out of Guild Wars. So, in a nutshell at least, that is Guild Wars. Please show up and please participate. Thanks.